The length of your coat can make or break your outfit, bestie. And excuse my voice, I'm trying to get over from a little post-nasal drip, so, bear with me. The show must go on. So in the last video in this series, we talked about crop jackets and coats, and today we're going to be talking about the mid-length coat or jacket. And one of the biggest things to know about a mid-length coat is that you don't want the bottom of the coat to hit you at your widest area if you are not trying to draw emphasis on your widest area. There's a big if, because we all have different goals when it comes to getting dressed, and I'm not trying to push my ideals onto you. So basically, the bottom of a coat forms a horizontal line, and as I have said repeatedly on this channel, and if you're new here, I'll repeat it again, horizontal lines shorten and widen. That can be an amazing thing for areas that you are trying to shorten and widen, and maybe not such an amazing thing for areas where you don't want to shorten and widen the area. So here is me and one of my fave mid-length coats. Now, I got the coat itself from ASOS like, sheesh, 7 or 8 years ago, might even be 10 years ago that I got this coat, but I will try to find something similar and link it in the description for anybody who is, interested in getting a coat like that. I love this coat. So for me, my widest area is my hips, and I love wearing this coat because it falls below where my hips are at their widest, and that helps to balance my frame. Now, if this coat hit me at my widest area, it could make me look wider and boxier, which is not the look that I'm going for. As a matter of fact, this kind of reminds me, back in the late 2000s when I was, in my corporate Danielle era, I remember not really loving how certain suits looked on me. And now that I have the, profound fashion knowledge, I realize now that it's because it was hitting me at the widest part of my body, and it made me look boxier and wider, which is not what I was trying to do. So now I go for something that either crops above, so that horizontal line is above my hips, or I wear something below it so that it balances out my frame. Now, another big thing to keep in mind with mid-length coats, well, most coats anyway, but we're talking about mid-length coats here, is proportion. You want to make sure that you get the proportions of your outfit correct. Otherwise, it can throw your whole look off. So let's use me for an example again. So back to me in this, the coat from 7 or 8 years ago, we got from ASOS anyway. So notice how the shirt that I'm wearing underneath is shorter than the jacket. So you're not seeing the shirt, dangling, hanging below the jacket. And that's a good thing because it helped to balance and the look is proportionate. Even with these over-the-knee boots that I have on, which I got from Zara maybe 7 or 8, maybe even more than that years ago as well. Even those, they're at the highest they can be, but there's still like that space in between where the over-the-knee boot stops and the coat ends. Now I would say this is a good, well, not just because it's me, because, well, but I would say that this is a good way because it keeps the leg looking long and lean. And the line created by that over-the-knee boot is keeping the leg looking long and lean. It's a vertical line, and then there's not like some weird gap in between. I mean, there is a gap in between, but it's a proportioned gap in between where the boot ends and the coat ends. So in this look, nothing looks off or out of place, but imagine if my shirt was longer than the coat. And we're going to try this again with either the AI or my editor and hope that the visual comes through. Like, I don't think y'all realize how hard it is sometimes to get visuals for these videos, but anyway, that's keep that to myself. So let's take a look at some more ways to style mid-length coats to drive that point on home. Now, as you can see from these amazing outfits that are up here on the screen, you can obviously pair a mid-length coat with jeans and boots, or, jeans and sneakers, or what have you. Just be mindful of where your boot hits, as that can break up the length of the leg. And you can check out more on boots and how they work into your outfits in this video here, after you watch this one. And of course, you can obviously wear it with skirts and dresses as well. I would say for balance sake that if your coat kind of flares out at the bottom like this one does, that your skirt or your dress should be more on the fitted side. Because if both kind of flare out, it can make you look a little unpolished. Not everybody can pull that off. Some people can, but there are people who just throw on a potato sack and look good, and to be them. Now, when it comes to the length of the skirt or the dress, I would either do something where the skirt or the dress hem is the exact length of the mid-length coat. I don't know why I was talking so slow. All right, so let me say that. Let me say that again. When it comes to the length of the skirt or dress, I would say that 1, you can have it where the hem is the exact length of the coat. 2, where it's shorter than the coat. Or 3, the skirt or the dress is significantly longer than the coat. It can be a little harder to balance, but not impossible. Remember I said some people just pull off anything. When the hem of the skirt or the dress is only a few inches longer than the coat, you know, like it could be a little hard to balance. Now, my tip of don't let the coat length hit you at your widest area when it comes to mid-length coats is applicable for all of the body types, right? Hello everyone, it's me through editing, and as I'm listening to what I'm saying here, I realize that there's actually more to add to this conversation, so stay tuned for, well, there's going to be a video on maxi length coats, but then there's going to be a video on like choosing coat styles, because here we did cover, the lengths of the coats, but we're going to cover coat styles more in depth in a future video. So that just means that you need to subscribe to this channel and turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything and, shoot it back to past me, which for y'all is present day me, but anyway. However, when it comes to coats or jackets that are slightly shorter, that are more cropped in length, you definitely want to check out this video because it's a little bit more involved and I talk you all through it here. Click on this video and I'll see you there.